Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I know some of y'all snowed in. Do we have a delay? Y'all watching FIFA? What y'all doing? I'm sitting here in all black like a fool, trying to be cool, sweating like a mule. It is 96 degrees at this moment, and hopefully my internet is working. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody? 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 Yeah, I must know I ain't got much to talk about today. And I was working on something big. So I was a couple minutes late and y'all still ain't here. Y'all don't like the new time? What is it? Which way? What is it? What is it? Welcome, welcome. I'll state my spiel. If you clicked on the link, oh, and I hope you can hear me, but if you clicked on the link from Facebook, make sure you open it up in the browser or in YouTube in case somebody is still new or somebody still don't get it. Because I know it took this one person that I know, I ain't mention no name, sister, months to figure it out. So just in case. Yes, you can come in and say hello. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Yes. All right. Anyway, let me see here. Let me get me a clean paper towel. Got to sit up here with the paper towel so I won't be shining. Yes, I'm sweating. It's hot. Rainy season is over. However, it is cooling down at night. So it is, the sun is trying to set and there's a little breeze coming through, but it's still 96 degrees. So anyway, so this week, my week in Ghana, what happened? What did we do this week besides go to the market? And some of y'all on Facebook, y'all saw that I was able to get some decent fruit. I think all I got left is one watermelon, 2 papayas, and a bunch of apples. I don't got no more grapes, no more bananas. Yeah, so that was a good treat. Oh, I do got a pineapple left. Forgot about that, but the pineapple were so small, but they were tasty. Yes. So anyway, last week I was talking about the differences between how I felt about the differences between East Africa and West Africa, and in hopes that, not for nothing, I do miss East Africa. However, oh my goodness, hope my thing is working here. Let me just state for the record, it looks like my internet is not really working well. So I hope that the broadcast is coming through. It's the start of FIFA, the World Cup for soccer, and over here, and different countries. The USA made it to a part of the 32 teams that made it to the World Cup. Surprise! I'm shocked. I don't know. To me, it just seems like people in the United States don't really get down with the whole soccer thing, but in other countries, it's a big deal. So yes, Ghana is in the running. Hey, Gordo. Ghana is in the running. Let me see the African teams that I can remember. I'm all here for Senegal, so I'm hoping that they do get to the end. Team Senegal, because I like their coach. He's nice looking. I don't know nothing about soccer, but Senegal, Cameroon, Ghana, Tunisia, and Morocco. Those are the 5 countries from Africa that I think I remember seeing on the list. And So the internet may be crappy. People are trying to watch. They're having parties. It's like a whole Super Bowl series type deal. They really, really get into the soccer thing. So yes. So hopefully I'll stay online long enough to talk about this thing here. So try as I may, every time I try to be okay with something, stuff just keeps going on, going on, going on. So here's me. I'm trying to be okay with Ghana because if you know me, once I make up my mind about something, it's pretty much a done deal. So I've given myself like a time frame. And don't ask me because I don't know where it will be next, but in about, I got maybe 10 months left on this place. I paid for 1 year. So I've been here, this is my second month. So I got like 10 months to get it together. So in about maybe 5 or 6 months, I'm gonna start working on a visa for somewhere. And hopefully I will have figured it out as to where I want to go. And the thing is, let's just talk about some stuff that's going on in the world. So a couple of places everybody seems to be losing their mind all over the world. So it doesn't even really make a difference. Africa, for the most part, is calm. You got a few of these, what they call them, Francophone, these French colonized countries that's setting it off because they want the French out of their countries. And so they doing coups and woos and do's and boos and everything like just right above my head. Hello, Truth Over Fiction, Shalom. So these countries are kind of unstable. Central African Republic, Burkina Faso, Mali, all these are places that I want to go, but just for safety purposes, I don't think it's recommended. I don't really care what the US recommends or whatever, or any of those European countries, but even just like within here. So it's a little friction. The problem is that most of these countries that were colonized by the French, they only speak French. So it's hard to communicate. No parlez-vous français for me. I don't even want to try. If it ain't Louisiana French Creole, I can't do nothing for you. And I don't know too much of that. Comment ça va? That's it. But yeah, so those are some places that I want to go. I guess Sierra Leone and Liberia seems to be a little quiet. So I may get to check those out before I dip. Those are not places that I want to live though. However, I want to also see Cape Verde. So Cape Verde and São Tomé, they speak Portuguese. So it's like when you want to go to a country, the language barrier is real serious. Like I can deal with Swahili and Ghana got so many different dialects. I can't keep up. I can't. And Nigeria has even more. I'm not really sure if I want to visit Nigeria either. Like they always got something going on. But for the most part, everything that I want to see and do is in the East Africa, and going towards South Africa. I don't want to go to South Africa. Like they running around boasting that, oh, we're the most westernized country in Africa. Yeah. And that is a badge of what? Don't know. But I do have a list. And so I'm trying not to think about it. I am working diligently on these books and I'm learning more. And so it's helping me to not stress out. It actually helps. So I decided to take kind of another route, and I got with a homegirl, one of my homegirls, that she's doing it big. She's doing counseling sessions, and I wanted to have her on here. She's like really busy. And if she gets to watch this video, she's like, buddy, you didn't ask me. I didn't ask because I waited till the last minute, but she's doing counseling. So a thing that, I don't know, Gordon, if you're still in here, the guys, like, because I'm a woman, it's easier to just like focus on the sisters, but I would like to also focus on the brothers, because brothers really, really, really have a hard way to go in these places. And mostly it's out of fear, because people see this big old strapping brother coming towards them and they're like, And that's unnecessary. And I know that could wear on a person's mental state. So she does counseling, Faith Soars Ministries, Faith Soars Counseling. And she, she wants to make sure that counseling is available for us because we tend to shun getting counseling, and it's like this big stigma on it for Black people, and we really need to be counseled. We need to talk to somebody. And so I had an idea, and I called her and I said, look, I got this big idea. And she was like, I already got that. And I was like, what? Because I wanted to use her, she's got 100 degrees, and I wanted to kind of collaborate with her. And I really do. I still want her to come on here to just give some word of advice and put her out there to, she's doing it big on her own. She does the counseling, and I think she's in a school as well. But this is something that needs to be done. And I really, really realized that when I started doing these comic books, coloring books. It's comical because y'all better get on it. So I've got about 8 coloring books on Amazon, and the last 2, I drew all the pictures myself. Now y'all might say, oh, look at this mess, but it's called ugly art. Make it beautiful. Put your colors on it and make it beautiful. So I found that this was something that I like to do. And it is a huge substitute because I'm telling y'all, it's just so hot here. Crocheting is really not a thing. Like, I love crocheting, but you can't even crochet a chain of 50 without breaking a humongous sweat. It is just so, like, I've got the door closed right now. I had it open trying to make the breeze circulate. I got the fans on super duper low because I found that when you put the fans on 4 and 5, they generate this ridiculous heat, and it just defeats the purpose. Not spending no money on the air conditioning unit. That's not gonna happen. Because when I get ready, ain't buying no furniture. When I get ready to dip, I'm dipping. So, these are all things that I'm doing, spending a lot of time doing. And I can honestly say that working on it and trying and hearing feedback from some people is helping. It's helping because I think very easily, if I didn't have something extra to do here, I probably would have fallen into like some type of depression or sadness or something, because not for nothing. And a lot of it is me too, because I really just, in lieu of what happened in Mexico, you better not trust nobody. These people, these so-called people, you call them friends and all that stuff. So I have super duper trust issues here, like major trust issues. And so I'm not letting nobody get close to me. That's just the bottom line. Stay over there. I'll stay over here. You stay over there, and everything will be everything. One of the biggest problems that I have here, like, I think a lot of people that come here are outgoing and this and that. I wasn't outgoing in the United States. I worked all the time, and I was okay with that. I worked a lot. And, after I got turned like 30, 32, you mentioned going out to me, I'll just get deathly sleepy. And so I started staying in more and just being my own company, because I love me. Real simple. I love me, and I don't have to be bothered with people. So this is something that, these people, like, they're very outgoing here. They go here, they do this, they have the big naming ceremonies. That's a big deal here. When their babies get like 1 month old, they have a whole naming ceremony and do all this stuff. Not for nothing. It look like it's a funeral like every day, and their funerals last for days and days. Weddings, days and days. So everything they do it big and they celebrate. It's just too freaking hot. And I like to be to myself. So this coloring, I had some of my pages printed out while I'm waiting for yet another package, and it helps. It keeps my mind occupied. So I start thinking about, what are other people doing? what are y'all doing to stay balanced and stay focused? So I got something coming for y'all. And right now it's focused on women, but I would love any male that's in here to get with me and give me some input. A lot of things here are geared towards men. Like I asked a couple of my students, how come I don't ever see no women at these soccer games? It's always all males, and the stadiums be full. So I guess like the women don't get to enjoy it too. Like, we tailgate in the US, we go to, the football games, we go to basketball games, we tailgate at the football games, but we enjoy our outings and just, to be around and doing stuff. But mostly here, you see the men enjoying it. And the women are, I don't know, gossiping, busy doing whatever it is they're doing, taking care of the kids. I'm not really sure what they do. Doesn't seem appealing to me, really. Outside of eating, cooking and eating and kids, I don't know really what the women here do. And so in this area, in Tamale, in the northern regions, lots of Muslims. So if you know anything about Islam, everything is haram. Everything is haram. Everything is forbidden. You can't do this and you can't do that. And it's like, this, you can tell that this is like the way things are here. But there's some other people that are not Muslims. And so there's clubs and different stuff and, stuff that we like doing. Find my niece says soccer is boring. Not really, because, girl, you better be looking at the young boys on the soccer team. Okay. I'll get to that in a second. But, things like it's a big deal. So I don't know if some of y'all probably don't, but when I first got to Tamale and Baba and I was walking at night. So one night we were walking, it was like a Friday night and everything was lit up and it was so lively, but I'm like seeing all these armed police. And I was like, why is the police out here like this? And he said, oh, it's just for safety to make sure nobody, does anything that they're not supposed to do. And I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of good and bad, but why y'all need something like that? That's kind of scary. Like, why y'all police out here like that? I mean, literally. So I've actually seen before the sun goes down, like right as the sun is going down, they have like these military, and actually the government runs the police department. So basically here, the police department is like it's almost like the military. So they bring these tactical vehicles in and they let off a bunch of policemen and they post up with their AKs or whatever it is they got, because it ain't nothing like what you carry. And they have their tactical gear and they're just standing, strategically placed to make sure that everything goes smoothly and everything is safe so that the good time to be had is safe. So I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in the house. I don't want no problems. I don't want anybody trip and fall and pull the trigger by mistake. I just don't. Other than that, I don't think the citizens here have weapons and stuff like that. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. Because everybody's always like, why are y'all so fascinated with guns in the US? Because we are. It's our constitutional right to bear arms. So they, I said all that to say you can get caught up, and it's easy to get caught up in a depressed mood or whatever. Like here, there's no movie theaters, there's no mall. These are things that I could do when I was in Tanzania and Kenya. Even in the South, there's a mall in the South. So I don't know if I would have to go to Kumasi or something. I keep saying one of these days I'm gonna catch the bus and go south and just spend the weekend just to get out, because there's nothing like that up here. But there's nothing just like the market. And there'd be so many people and people bumping up into you. Oh, I hate that. So I go to the market once a week. And if I run out of something or I need something, I get the driver. I'm like, he'll call, he'll know. He's like, oh, madam, are you okay? And I'll be like, no, go get me some beef or go, and I'm trying to wean myself off of the beef right now because it is so hot. when I was at the market, the beef was like, they were fanning, but it wasn't helping. It was loaded with flies. I was like, I don't want none of that. I'm straight. Give me some of that frozen minced beef, hamburger meat, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, I'm like, I knew it was a trick to it, but they're like, they just fanning. And because I was standing waiting for Desana to do something. And I moved. And when I moved, I was close to the beef stand and they was fanning and all these flies. And I was just like, oh, hell no. I can't do that. Sorry, y'all. I am sweating. It is hot. And so, just stuff that you go through here. So, and there's a lot of immigrants from like Mali and other countries. And apparently they don't get treated very well here. So a lot of them hang out under the overpass. Because like when you get into town, there's a roundabout and there's like a new thing that you can avoid all of that and just go over it. So a lot of them sit under there. And I just feel bad. I'm just like, oh gosh, they're sitting out here laying on this hard ass cement. It's hot. Some of them are selling like fruit and stuff, but for the most part, they're just sitting out there. Like one thing you don't is, and it's even the local people, like it's uncomfortable to get stopped at the one red light. I think on my way to town, it's like, it's one red light. And you get stopped at that red light. It's like the panhandlers, they come up to the car, they're singing, they're saying prayers, they're doing all stuff. And most of them seem to be blind. And I'm like, okay, what is that? What's wrong? Y'all got eye doctors over here. So it's a thing. And so the drivers will just kind of nudge forward, or there's like organized chaos when it comes to driving here. So, a lot of times you see that stuff and it's like, I really didn't see that in the East. Sorry, I know I keep saying that. I do. I don't care if you don't get it or not. I do miss East Africa. I miss it. So I didn't really see stuff like that there. Like there was a part in Nairobi, and I think I had mentioned that before as well, where you can pay like $25 and go take a tour in the slums of Nairobi. And I was like, why? But they supposedly that money is supposed to be collected in order to help those people and make sure they have like food and stuff. But I just think that is like, why can't we just donate? Why do you have to drive us through there to look at people that are on hard times? I just don't. I ain't with it. I'm sorry, you won't get my. You not for a tour. I'll donate $25, but I don't want to go see people on hard luck. That's just not a thing. That's like, it's not a tourist attraction, but it's posted like if you go to Nairobi and things to do in Nairobi. And one of the things on there is tour the slums of Nairobi. I'm like, okay, whatever. What makes y'all happy? Let me see what y'all got going on. At a game, they do this. They do what? Truth over fiction. Yeah, we're not used to seeing that. Yeah, so, there's like different things. It's a little delay. So if I'm asking, like if something I said and you're referring to, make sure you let me know whether it is. But yeah, so these are like things. So these things have been helping me out. I've been coloring my pages. I've been, drawing new pictures. And then I hear somebody, they come up to the window, which kind of startles me. I hate that too. It's like, oh, Amina. What is it with y'all in windows? And I told her, I said, girl, start hollering when you get halfway across the compound, because I don't like you walking up to my window like that. If you startle me, I might come out swinging. So don't do that. I got a nervous twitch. Don't do that. And I'm not laughing. I'm not going to sit here with my curtains closed because then I'll be really smothering. It's just really hot. Oh, seeing flies all over the meat. Yeah, when it was rainy season, you didn't really see it. I don't know where the flies go during rainy season, but now that rainy season is over, it did rain the other day. Flies cometh, grasshoppers. I mean, and I said, am I like So the windows, everything is really pretty here, but the windows, you can see like basically all the way around the windows. Like I can see the screws. You got the wall and you've got the window. And in that little gap of space, that's the screw that's holding the window pane in the wall. So it's like a big old gap around it. There's no, I think my friend Barbara, and when her and her husband moved, they moved into like a brand new house in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And they literally had to go through with some kind of like liquid foam or something around the windows to seal. And not for nothing, I don't know if I could find something like that, but I was like, why are all these grasshoppers in my spot? And it's the little bitty grasshoppers to the big giant ones. And I'm not scared of grasshoppers or anything like that, but I just want to know, why y'all coming in? Because next gonna be the lizards coming trying to eat y'all, and we cannot coexist. We cannot. So, it's like living outside. And they've got some huge. And I remember in 2019 when I came here and I went to the castles and everything, and it was just so hot down there at that moment. One of the tourists was like just so funky, and I just couldn't do it no more. So I went and sat on the bench and waited for a friend that I said, you go take the tour and take the pictures. I'm going to sit down. And geez, not for nothing, they have these huge lizards, kind of like in Miami. If you've ever been to Miami and saw those big little green geckos, they have these huge things with red and black on them. They change colors, but they kind of big, and they make a loud, like when they drop down on stuff. Eek. I can't. You want to win a fight with me? Throw one of them boogers on me. You win. I quit. I give up. Yes. So that is like a thing here. Now, if you remember, I did say like most of like the meat shops in Tanzania. I'm trying to think for Kenya. I just went to the grocery store in Kenya. They have like a whole little deli section. Lunch meat. Please, sir, can I have some lunch meat? Not for nothing. I love lunch meat. My daddy loved lunch meat. I like lunch meat. None here. None. So I figured maybe I have to go to the South or something, but it ain't up here. I don't even know how you would slice it and make lunch meat. I know it would probably ball it up and put some stuff to make it stick together and then slice it. I have no idea, but oh my gosh, what I wouldn't get for some lunch meat. Like, okay, I want some lunch meat. And it's because it's like just so, my kitchen, I put the ceiling fan up in my kitchen and I have to turn it off to cook because it'll blow the flames out, and I ain't too cool with that. The ceiling fan going and a propane tank feeding gas to my little cooker. Now I'm good. I don't want to breathe that in. I just turn it off, and I'll be in there sweating like a prostitute on the front pew of a church. It's just ungodly. It's just disrespectful. It's awful. So I already lazy and didn't like to cook, but I really hate cooking here. So I try to cook stuff to last at least a couple of days or whatever. And yes, it's rough. So it's like, I love Ghana. It's like a toxic relationship. You really should leave it, but you stay for whatever reason. And that's how I feel about Ghana. I like really, because I think Ghana is the first African country that I visited. And so I got this kind of like just love-hate relationship with Ghana. But it's rough, y'all. It's rough. The struggle is real. It is real. And I see, like, I know already, like, okay, so my people, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but so I get a video of somebody. They tell me to go watch this video. And so I watch the video, and right off the rip, I know it's going to piss me off, but this guy, he's American, and he's talking about, if you want to be comfortable and, you want to live in a gated community and all this stuff. He said, you're looking at spending like $3,000. And I was like, maybe he meant cities. He goes, yes, I said dollars. And I'm like, on what planet? I just clicked it off. I'm not finna watch this rubbish. Why do you have to spend $3,000? I wouldn't spend that in the US. So it's like the mindset of some people from New England, and I'm going to call it New England, where y'all pay so much money for stuff. It's just ridiculous. And Black people think, they have this mindset that because your coins go a long way, that you have to show up and show out. You don't have to, people. You really don't. I mean, I live in a very, very nice house, not an apartment, for less than $100 a month. Because I started thinking, like, what was I doing? And I paid twice the amount when I was first came here. And it was nice. And like the second one in Arusha, this is the one I miss, I had my own private, no sharing. And so, there's a lot of that there. There was a lot of that. And so even the amount of money, like when my friend, they was going to come to Arusha too, and they went and looked at this enormous house, and it still was like $400 a month. This place was like a mansion. It was amazing. And it still was like only $400 a month. So what are y'all living in Ghana for 3,000 US dollars? What y'all gated into the Jubilee? Y'all staying at Jubilee? That's the presidential, like the White House. Y'all staying at the Jubilee House? Hey, Misha. Hey, y'all. Say hello to Misha Wilson. Yeah. So be friendly. Someone come in and say hello. Say hello back. Y'all got manners. I don't got no manners, but y'all got some manners. Say hello. And yeah. So any of y'all snowed in? Any of y'all up there? I think my home state of Michigan got some more snow. They got a little bit of snow the other day, but I think they got some more last night from looking at somebody's video. My people over there in Buffalo, one of my homegirls, she was living in Buffalo and then she moved to South Carolina and she went back to Buffalo. Good gracious, Buffalo got so much snow. They got enough snow for the whole United States. I was like, I don't miss that. I don't miss that at all, y'all. Not at all. I can't with that snow. It was pretty though, from a distance. So yeah, these were some of the things that I was dealing with this week. And actually I've been dealing with it for probably since I stepped foot in Ghana. Because like I really didn't have a choice but to come here because I had a visa for here. And I was trying to I should have come in and started working on those visas right away and took myself back to East Africa. But, you get caught up in little BS and all that stuff. But just know that I am openly trying to decide where to next. And like I said, in about 5 months or so, I'm going to start working on those visas because I know the one visa in Kenya, they want it because I have money coming in. Now, first they say, if you get the retirement visa, we need proof of your income, but they want you to be making all this money. Like, who does that? Who makes that much money? The government people that retire from the government, like high up, GS 13, 14, 15, those people, because not little lowly regular people. Most people don't get the amount of money that they were asking for a retirement visa. So they said, oh, you need this Permit K. The Permit K costs, I don't know, maybe $600 or something. I don't know, but you got to pay like $1,000 a year. And I didn't get that process anyway, because she said, you don't want the money coming from Kenya. So why do I got to pay you $1,000 a year? So this is going to be one of the issues with trying to get in these countries is getting the proper visa. And I want the proper visa so I can sit still and chill out, because still in the back of my mind, I'm still going to climb Kilimanjaro. I don't really care. So Tanzania, y'all might as well let me in one way or the other, because I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro. That is at the top of my bucket list. Hey, Ida. Namibia, I got to check them out. I really don't want to go to Namibia, but it will be interesting. My friend Simone Alana, I guess they are over there living their best life, because she's posting a video like once a month or something, and I got to watch her video. But they moved from the UK because her husband is from Namibia, and like It's sand dunes and stuff, and they were colonized by Germans. They broke off from South Africa, and it looks really amazing. Now, the problem that I have with Namibia is that they're on the coast, the Atlantic Ocean, but they don't recommend that you get in that water because that portion there, the water is very cold. So I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I want to be in the water. I like being in the ocean, but I do want to see some sand dunes, whether it's in Morocco, Namibia, Saudi Arabia. I want to see those big sand dunes. Actually, Namibia boasts that they've got the tallest sand dune in the world. I think that sand dune is about 14 or 1500 kilometers elevation or something, and you just walk up. So can you imagine walking up that high? You might think that that's not a lot, but it actually is. That's about 2,000 feet, I think, something like that, and walking it in sand. So they make these little slides out of cardboard and they slide down and do all sorts of stuff. My thing was just like, how many days is it gonna take me to get to the top of that? Because Simone looks fairly fit, and it took her, the kids and the hubby was at the top, and she was still trying to get up to the top. But I would love to see that. You know, it's a different terrain, and just interesting stuff. I'm not giving up on my seeing as much of Africa as I possibly can, but I do want to be settled. I thought it would be here, but I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. Maybe if I check, I should have went to Takoradi. Maybe I just want to see a mall. Some stuff I just want to see. Like, I know the mall in Accra had a movie theater. Now I don't really go to movies and stuff, but you know, this is an N word. This is a typical N word. When I had the opportunity, I didn't go to the movies. Like in Arusha, the movie theater was right on the corner. I kept saying I was going to go. Because of the pandemic, I think it was only open like on Saturdays and Sundays or whatever. I didn't even know what the latest movies was, but I said, ooh, just go get some movie theater popcorn. It just worked for me, but I never went. Now I want to go to the movies, and I don't got no movie to go to. So, you know, there you have it. You can't win. You can't win. We always got some issue. 46 degrees in Dallas. Really? Yikes. Sorry to hear that. I think we just dropped 3 degrees. We are down to 93 degrees and counting. The sun is setting, and you know, that's one of the benefits of living in Africa. Most of their homes are gated communities or compounds, and the rent isn't that expensive. Yes, this is true. So that's why I don't understand why people are talking about they coming over here spending $3,000 for a home or something. He was like, with that, you know, and I know there's some successful people in life or whatever, but if you're that successful, just buy you a plot of land and build the house. That's my thought process. You know, be prepared. You know, here you have to pay 12 months in advance. So you're looking at spending like all these thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, 3,000 times 12, that's 36,000, fool. You don't know your math. Like, who does that? Who? So I don't know what people, to each their own. I'm just saying, but please don't send me that shit. I don't want to see that. It's not that I'm hating or anything. I know how to live. I know how to stay in my lane. I'm just saying, I know. And truth be told, I didn't want to pay the price for this house, but I did, because apparently when you're trying to be frugal in Ghana, you end up in a crap hole. So yeah. And so when I compared the two, what I paid here is about what I paid in Kenya. And that was like less than what I paid in Tanzania. And so, not for nothing, let me just state this. My smart money chick, I think she done broke up with me or something, her and her husband, they must be traveling, but she knows financial stuff. So let me just state that, I might've said it already, I don't know, because I'm getting old. Tanzania, y'all, is holding, like, their money actually appreciated. I think that would be the word, opposite of depreciate. They're like holding at 22.92. It's just not changing. Kenya and Ghana, their money is depreciating. Kenya is up to like 117 Kenya shillings to every $1 US. When I was there, it was like 100 Kenya shillings to every $1. So this is like in 6 months time. Here, when I got here, it was like 7 CD. Now it's almost 14 again. It looked like it had went, down a little bit, but now it's going back up. I think it's at like 1375. And they said before it starts tapering off, it will get up to like 1450 per $1 US. And so what they have been doing here is rating, and I don't know how stuff works in the financial world. They're blaming this on what they call black market Forex dealers. So I don't know what that means, because I know the first time that I came here and I exchanged some money at the airport, and she gave me this huge stack of money, and I was like, my gosh, because at that time, I think they only had ones, fives, tens, and 20s. No, I think they had 50s. Now they got 100s and 200s, but then they didn't have the 100s and the 200s. So she gave me like this huge stack of money, and I was shopping and everything. So then I needed to exchange some more money, and the little boy showed up at the hotel with a backpack full of money, and I was like, oh my gosh, y'all rolling like that? You just running around with a backpack? So now I don't think that's too safe, and they've got a lot of what they call underground Forex dealers. And I don't know how the profit works on that, but I do know that here, if you come and exchange big bills, 50s and 100s, you get more money back versus just having 10s and 20s. Because, if you go to an ATM machine in the United States, you're only going to get, some will only give you $20 bills, some will give you 10s and 5s, but for the most part, you only get in 10s and 20s. So unless you go to your bank and withdraw and get the bigger bills, you may have a purse full of 20s, which I have done before as well. You don't get as much for that. Also, there's a thing like if your bill was printed before 2006, they won't take it. And so my cousin has said something nifty like, oh yeah, give it to me. No, they won't take it. And that's in most of these countries. If you got older American bills, they won't take them. That's just the thing. Let me see. Let me see. Flossing is not worth it. No, it's not. Hey, Fitzroy. Flossing is never worth it. That's why I say I'm still here. I'm still, on the continent, because a lot of people just come and go, travel. They're doing videos and they're traveling. There's no intention to really stay. And then there's some people that came with the intentions to stay, but they went through money like water because you get excited. You do get excited. But if you come in somewhere to stay, like there's a huge difference between visiting someplace and staying in someplace. I know that. A lot of people don't know that. You come and it look real nice. You stay I've never really stayed at a resort. That's not my thing either. I try to get out and see the local people. My cousin is like that as well. He's like, I want to see the local people. Yeah, me too. I want to see them too, because I'm going to come live with them. If I come somewhere, I'm not going to be living in a resort. So I know that you have to leave the resort and see what's really, really going on. What's the really real, and some people just don't do that. A lot of people have never been out of the United States, and that coming to another foreign country like Africa, way on the other side of the world, is their first time. So you don't really know how people roll. Like people that go to Jamaica, they keep y'all at the resorts. There's a reason for that. If you want to live there, then you need to leave the resort and go see what they're doing. What y'all doing over here in Kingston? Make sure you take security. I'm just saying. Let's see. I'm planning a trip to Kenya summer next year. What do you recommend? I've been to Ghana twice and want to see East Africa next. Ooh, Misha. Ooh. I don't see Chumps. I don't know where Chumps is. Chumps has been on hiatus as well. Chumps is one of my homies and a subscriber, and they came to Kenya, and they loved it. You're going to absolutely love it. And so depending on what you want to do, what is your mindset, your age, I recommend I can say 2 places, Nairobi and Mombasa. And when I say Mombasa, you can go from Mombasa to maybe 2 hours up the coast, nothing but beautiful white sand, clear blue water beaches. Take your pick. Now, when you get up to, oh gosh, what's the name of that place that this girl was in? Watasu, or something like that. It gets expensive. And there's a lot of Europeans in that area. I was in Diani Beach, no crowds. Only thing that me and Diani Beach, we had a problem with, I had a mouse in my house, which is a no-no, and two of them dang gone baboons. Baboons was vicious. They was like big old gangbangers or something, and baboons are not afraid of women. So, nothing you can do can make a baboon run from you. It might make them attack you. So I've been chased into my house by the baboons. I was like, these mofos is like not stopping. They coming for me. Like, oh, couldn't get in the house fast enough. Some got trapped, like the movie. Some got trapped in the door and I couldn't close. I see the little hand. You're gonna learn today. Well, I'll put my knife up. I don't travel without my knife. I'm like, I'm gonna chop it off. Stick your hand up in here if you want to. I caught it on video, but I was so busy like scrambling, you couldn't really see what was going on. So Nairobi is a must. And when you're in Nairobi, and so let me state my thing, I don't get sponsored from nobody. So when you go to Nairobi, Nairobi is the capital and it actually has a safari in the city limits. So you can be right there in Nairobi and you can check out Giraffe Center, which is on the back of Giraffe Center I think it costs $15 to get into Giraffe Center and you go feed the giraffes. On the back side of that is Giraffe Manor, which costs I think now like $1,000 a night or something like that, where the giraffes will come stick their head in your bedroom window. Okay, I'll take the $15, Alex. And you get to like touch and pet and feed right there for $15 and then go about your business. I absolutely loved it. It was absolutely amazing. And because I rode solo. So I had the whole safari vehicle to myself. So I didn't have to worry about nobody else isms and all that stuff. So it takes at least 6 hours to drive through the safari. My guy recommended that we get there right when it opened at 6:30 in the morning. The sun was just coming up. And really, after that, you can just go on to glory because it's just nothing I can tell you to compare to seeing the sun come up over a safari. And then when you pay at the gate and drive in, you immediately start seeing animals, antelope, gazelle, zebra, the whole nine. Then you get in a little further and you can see because giraffes are huge, you can see the giraffes off in the distance. Now, the only thing they don't have at Nairobi National Park is elephants, because the elephants kept wandering out and getting into traffic and everything. So they relocated the elephants to bigger safaris. So yes, you go in there, like I said, 6 hours it takes to like basically drive through the safari at least. You would think like that's really big, but elephants need even bigger. And Kenya is amazing, amazing, amazing. And then you can catch a train or a bus and go to Mombasa. And that when I was there, it was costing about $18, something like that. I think I did VIP for like 30. Not really sure, but Mombasa is really nice, bustling city. And like I said, it's on the coast. So you get to see all the beaches. And it's not like when everybody's go to Jamaica, everybody go to Bahamas, and you see all these naked bodies at the beach. Their beaches are not crowded. Now there is one beach like the locals go to in Mombasa. And it was on I think Saturdays or something. It's super duper crowded. But other than that, like the beaches are peaceful outside of the hawkers. Not a whole bunch of crowd of people. Really, really nice. And then you can go, like if you like hiking, if that's a thing, you got Mount Kenya, you got Black's Mountain, you got Longera, something. They got a whole bunch of mountains that you can hike in Kenya. Like Kenya has everything from like dirt, mountains, beaches, grass, jungle, safari. They have everything. Now I went to Kisumu. I went to Cool with Kisumu. That's where the Obama's from. Anyway, you didn't hear from me. I didn't like it. I didn't even stay 24 hours. The whole situation with my hostel in Kisumu pissed me off. So I dipped. I was like, I can catch a bus and head to, where'd I go? Uganda. I'm like, it's a bus leaving tonight. Can somebody take me to the bus? I'm out of here. They're like, you're not staying? Nope. Nope. Now that's my constitutional right as a U.S. citizen to make my own damn decisions. And I was like, I'm not staying here. Now I would have stayed there and practice walking them hills because woo, they had them. They had them. So I went to Kampala. That's another option. I absolutely loved Kampala. They had a really nice mall there. And, and it's like, when I say mall, it looks like a shopping mall. It looks just like a mall, but there's no store that you'll ever recognize in none of these places. So, no worries. But they had a decent food court and stuff. But like, I don't recognize none of the stores, none of them. And usually like a store will sell like baby clothes and like little toys and stuff like that. And then there was this one store we went into. It had books and toys and, little gadgets and stuff. And I was like, okay, they did have some kind of art supplies in that one. Now, stuff like that in Africa in general, and I don't know, because I guess they use a lot of natural stuff. I don't know. But it's hard to find supplies here. But not for nothing. How about these little colored pencils? So they cost like a little over $1 and they serve in the purpose. The one is like 12 pencils, but each end has a different color. So it's kind of like doing really good. So for the price. So if these people that like do reviews on all these expensive pencil sets, colored pencils, they would be surprised at these cheapo depot pencils that I got. They're very creamy and smooth. Like I bought another pack. And they're not as good. These were not as good, but they had like a little pencil sharpener. So, it's like little stuff that makes me excited. But yeah, like little stuff like that is so hard to find. They have school supply stuff for the kids. And this is where I had to go to like find it. It's like just no art supply store. So if you think you want to come here to Tamale and paint and do artistic stuff, like I don't know where you can go. Probably have to order it from Accra or Kumasi to get it. So real soon here, I will be making a trip to one of those places. So in essence, because of the way things are going, it cost me 140 cedis to go from Accra to Boga on the bus. That's about $20. And so now it is 200 cedis. And so the people are very unhappy. Like we figured price was gonna go up, but we didn't know it was gonna go up like that. So price went up very high. Like to fly, it was at that time about 400 cedis, maybe 450. Let's just say 450. Now it's like 650 cedis to fly. And I think that's like one way. That's I think it's still about $60, but they're balancing out because they're realizing that, okay, we charging $60 and our people are still paying under because they're paying the old rate. So everything just shot up. Butter went from 30 cedis to 36 cedis. Now it's like 65 cedis for butter. It's like, okay, ain't no butter. I didn't buy no butter last week. So I got to bite the bullet. I need some butter. My oatmeal need butter. Yep, I eat oatmeal as hot as it is. So yeah. Yes. Misha, when you came to Ghana, where'd you go? Probably Accra. Everybody goes to Accra, Cape Coast, Elmina, see the castles. It's some other little upper west region. I want to go there and visit like the oldest mosque, and they got some caves over there. Was how the people were able to escape being captured during the slave trade years. Yeah, Tema is down by Tema. It's down by Accra. When we went there, it took us maybe because of traffic, they were doing construction and all that stuff. It took us almost an hour to get to Tama, but it's not that far. And so the thing that you have to realize here is that most of the roads are 2-lane. When they do stretch out to like 4-lane, it's something going on. It's either got a gigantic pothole, and their potholes are so bad, like they will stick a tire down in it so that you won't run into it. And when they do that, like half the tire disappears down into the pothole. So like the streets in Accra are awful. So they were doing construction, and it took us a bit, took us a little bit. And because for the most part, it took us almost an hour because we were sitting in traffic. Also, like, I don't know. I had to go pick up a package. I had the person actually send somebody to bring me the package. And I had to meet them at the airport junction, which I thought I lived close to, but it still took us about 15 minutes or so to get to the airport junction. And there's another stadium. And I was like, it's another stadium. First of all, y'all team ain't that good. Let me just state for the record, I don't give a damn who get mad. Ghana's Black Stars, y'all ain't that good. I don't even know. I was shocked that y'all asses made it to FIFA. I'm a hater. I am a hater. Now I was shocked that Nigeria didn't make it to FIFA and Ghana did. So I don't know how that even works. So maybe they got a better team now, but they got all these soccer stadiums where we ain't got the water, these low down cows, they shut the water off Friday. The water usually flows from late Wednesday night to Saturday evening. They shut the water off Friday. And I'm like, my tank better last till they turn that crap back on. And I was like, tell my neighbor, there's no water flow. She's like, I need to fetch water. Not my problem. Water ain't flowing. Nope, you can't have none of mine. Sorry. Go over there to the neighbor's house and make sure y'all put 5 on that bill. I'm just saying, this is crazy. It's crazy. That's the water flow. That's the system. So that's the schedule, Wednesday through Saturday. But if we feel like it, we'll turn it off on Friday. So that's that. So I have to make sure everything is shut off so I can have water for the remainder till they turn it back on. Yes. Let me see. Oh, the Volta region. Is that over by where the waterfall is? Because I still ain't made it to the waterfall. And I think Kasoa, I think that's the area. They just built a new canopy, like the rope bridge. It's like a square, and they were saying I think it opens, this is November. I think it's already open. I think it opened like on the 16th or something like that. I still want to walk on one of those canopies. The original rope canopy that they had, you had to really like do some mountain climbing and squeezing through some rocks and stuff. And it was recommended, and I didn't do it because I'm a wide load. And so hopefully this one, you don't have to be squeezing through no rocks. I'm like, why would you put it there? And, even the skinniest of people was having a hard time sliding through this little sliver of a space that they had to get through to get over to this rope canopy. So hopefully before I leave, that'll be something that I will get to do. Most people freak out. It's at the top of the canopy, and it's a rope bridge with some little slats in it. And of course, it's swinging and swaying and bouncing. Yes. So maybe here soon, I'll go treat myself to something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Any other questions? Trying to think okay. So they played me. I don't complain much. So you have to be very careful because apparently I had supposedly had like 3 chicken parts, 3 chicken quarters, something like that. I have them chop them up. So I had 1 left. It was way back in the back of my freezer. And so I wanted to thaw that out before I opened up the new chicken that I just bought. How about that crap was hard? Y'all, I call myself frying some chicken. I'm going to have some chicken and some Gary, Forte, I don't know, Forte, whatever they call it. But I fried that chicken. I was like, that chicken looked a little weird. you could tell. It got dark. And I was like, it was big. It was kind of big. Oh, I couldn't even chew it. I was so mad. It smelled so good. I couldn't even chew it. Couldn't chew it. Don't get no hard chicken. You come here, you go to the store and they ask you, you want hard or soft? You get soft chicken unless you just like to suck on the chicken and get the flavor off of it, because that's all you're going to do to hard chicken. It is not edible. I don't even understand how they do it. I don't. That's something new that I learned in Ghana. Hard and soft chicken. Never even heard of it, but it's a thing here. Guinea fowl. Guinea fowl. Can't chew guinea fowl. They love guinea fowl. Can't chew it. Cannot. It's not chewable. All right. Yeah. I gotta go get in the cold shower. I ain't gonna lie. And the temperature ain't moved. Let me see. We still sitting at 93. The sun has gone down. Are y'all serious? Okay, this one says 90. Okay. 90. It's dark. You can see out the window. It's dark. It's 90 degrees. So yeah. So that's the thing. All right, y'all. I just gotta do what I gotta do, and I got to go stand under that cold water. And that's another thing. So the sun is just not going down. So the water coming from my tank on the roof is probably hot. So I might as well wait. Oh, I got some water in the bucket. I need some cold water. It's throwing my body into shock. Like, get that cold water, get that flow. This is some of the things that, you can get used to. I have a student today. He was acting kind of snooty. He was from Japan. And he was saying all this stuff. But, the next thing out of this MF's mouth be like, well, I'm coming to Africa somewhere. A diplomat and mission and all that bullshit. Stay where you at. I'm just saying. Stay your cornball ass where you at. Oh, yeah, we not, Japan's infrastructure is, yeah. And y'all got 1 trillion people living on top of each other. Your house is big as a shoebox. So now what? At least you get the luxury of having some open space here. Y'all ain't sleeping in freaking mortuary drawers. What? Don't come for me in mine. I can talk about them, but you can't talk about them. All right, y'all. With that, we're going to shut it down so I can get some relief. Get some relief. Oh, if you're coming to Africa, to Ghana, to anywhere, Kenya gets cold sometimes during I think when I left Kenya, it was getting cold. It was like July. It's cold in Kenya, in Nairobi. It's hot in Mombasa, cold in Nairobi. But if you're coming to someplace like Ghana, make sure that your clothes is 100% cotton. Don't run up over here with no polyester blend, no lacquer, no spandex. You're going to melt. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you. You get you some 100% t-shirts, cotton t-shirts, some cotton this and cotton that, linen even if you have to. But don't come over here with no poly blend. You are going to melt. That stuff will make you sweat like crazy. And I'm saying that because I got this skirt on and I can tell that it is not 100% cotton. It's got some kind of polyester blend in it. And quite honestly, I'm soaking wet. I'm soaking wet. Yeah. All right, my water lilies. I love y'all. And yeah, I got to plug myself, or you can do it how you do it, but I got something really great coming. Hopefully by the end of the week, I will be finished with it. I'm really, really working really hard on it. I've had to start it over like 2 times because I made a mistake and I just didn't even feel like trying to unscramble what I had screwed up. So I deleted and I started over. And so I got pretty far today, but I'm halfway done, and it's going to be really great. And it's going to be something that will help you be okay, relax, reduce anxiety. And we as a people, we're going to be all right. We are going to be okay. And it's going to cheer you on and make you great. Be great. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do in life, be great. Be in it, whatever it is. Love y'all. Thank you for your support. Ciao.